Yes, good afternoon, magandang hapon, Pilipinas World Universe. Nandito po ang Team Misa para sa latest chika, intriga, chismis, mga naganap at magaganap sa apat na sulok ng showbiz. Pag-uusapan yan hanggang 5 p.m. Kaya marami tayong fresh news, sariwa, kumbaga hindi tuyot, hindi bilasa. Kaya enjoy natin ating araw ngayong Miyerkules, Wednesday, January 29 para sa inyong mga hindi nakakaalam ng petsa and then mga naliligaw ng landas ng oras at siyempre ng dates, di ba? Ngayon ay January 29 na po, Wednesday, at siyempre tayo napapanood sa Inquirer 990 Television at sa Facebook ba? Wala naman tayo sa Facebook pa, di ba? Nakalagay dito kasi sa Facebook, no? Live tayo sa YouTube, no? Sa YouTube tayo, Facebook Radio Inquiry ayo ang account, 'di ba? Pero dito may Facebook live kasi Inquiry 990 Television. Ayan, nakalagay sa YouTube po, no? Mag-subscribe kayo sa Inquiry 990 Television sa YouTube at mapapanood niyo na po ang Wow It's Showbiz dito sa Radio Inquirer, no? At siyempre meron kaming text line 0920-837-9790 para sa inyong mga opinion, reaksyon, greetings, etc. etc. Welcome lahat yan. At kung meron kayong gustong i-share sa amin na mga videos, mga pictures, welcome lahat yan, no? Dito sa Wow It's Showbiz. Ayan, tayo napapanood sa Beam Channel, di ba? Ayan, nako. Siyempre, napapanood sa Metro Cebu and Metro Davao via Beam Channel. At yun, di ba? At maging sa Beam website, beam.com.ph, no? Inquirer 990 Television. At siyempre sa Inquirer Television Channel 618 on ABS-TV Plus Digibox. Channel 9 on RCA, Channel 20 on Underboxes Digital Terrestrial Television. O, hanapin ang Inquirer 990 Television sa inyong mga Beam Channel. Ayan, ganun din sa YouTube, no? Ayan, welcome Hindi nag-iisa si Miss F ngayon. Ayan, kompletos Ricardos na. Dahil ang dami nating pag-uusapan ngayon, boy. Kaya humanda na, ready para sa aming mga naganap, no, kahapon. Kagabi may mga naganap, pero kukwento ko. Kasama natin, no, nandito na ang napaka-busy sa kanyang cellphone. Kahit hindi niya alam siya na yung tatawagin natin. Si Boy Romero. Hello, Boy Romero is in the house. Good afternoon, Boy.
Yes, magandang hapon, Miss Sep, at syempre magandang hapon po sa lahat na nakikinig at nakatutok dito sa aming radio program ngayong araw po ng Miyerkules.
Correct. Ayan, ako siyempre hinihintay natin si Chicha, may pinuntahan no? Para naman humalakhak kayo ng todo. Dahil nandito rin mamaya-maya ang nag-iisang Chicha Love. Ayan, si Chicha Love. Anyway, kumpletos Ricardos. Ayan. Ako ang daming kwento, maraming naganap kagabi. Gusto ko i-share sana ito mamaya, no? Yung interview natin kay Attorney Ferdinand Topacio, no?
Okay.
Tungkol sa issue kay Nadine Lustre at versus the Viva Films, di ba, boy?
Yes.
Ayan. Kaya mamaya kukwento ko sa inyo marami siyang pinahayag, maraming kwento, marami siyang illegal, no, na isinishare sa atin hinggil nga sa isyong yung ni Nadine, no?
Yes.
Yung pagkalas niya bilang talent ng Viva Artist Agency, di ba, Boy Romero?
Tama.
Ayan, ako, welcome mga kaibigan natin, napapanood tayo via YouTube at saka siyempre napapakinggan tayo sa Inquirer, Radio Inquirer 990 kHz. O, di ba?
Tama.
Ayan, siyempre, thank you. Ang dami na nagte-text dito. Hi, Ogie, no? Ayan,
Ignacio
Ogie Rodriguez Narvaez. Ogie Narvaez Rodriguez. Ayan, talagang nakikinig siya at nanonood sa atin.
Yes.
Welcome, kapatid, no? See you tomorrow. Ayun. At siyempre, marami tayong kwentuhan yung nga kanina, di ba, boy? Sinabi ko yung kay Attorney Topacio dahil kagabi, ginanap yung
Press. Ano yung press con ba yun?
media launch ng mga 30, alam mo bang 34 films, no?
Oo nga raw
Ang
eh.
gagawing pelikula ng Viva Films ngayong
Oo.
2020. Kumbaga Viva 2020 Vision.
Oo.
2020 Vision nakalagay, di
At
ba?
nakakaloka ang
Ano?
yung budget
Oo nga, nakita mo ba yung budget? Hindi yata ako
Oo,
kumakain yata ako eh, no?
in-upload ni Mel Navarro.
Oo, kumakain yata ako ng binanggit,
Oo,
no?
tapos 15 daw sa iba doon meron ng title at parang tapos na.
Oo, ang dami kong inano dito, ano?
Mm-mm.
Ang dami kong pinicture niya.
Meron bang ano doon si Nadine Lustre?
Wala akong nakitang kasama siya no, doon sa 34, no?
34.
Oo, nakakaloka.
So totally inalis na talaga siya after nalayasan sila ng actress.
Pwedeng gano'n or hindi lang nilagay kasi marami siyang nilakalagay na mga movies na doon eh, no? Na parang mga posters,
Oh,
di ba?
parang sinadya naman yun after
Kaya
na
dyan after dahil wala siya. Puro ano ha?
sinadya yung pagpapatawag after layasan para
Puro-
sabihin marami silang pelikula
Oo.
pupudos.
Oo.
With
Puro,
ah,
puro, nakita ko ang daming maraming,
Ann Curtis,
may Ann Curtis ako nakita, no? May Yasi.
Yasi Pressman,
Marami ako nakitang Yasi, tsaka si Bella, no?
Bella Padilla.
Oo, at tsaka meron
Yan
din.
yung mga ang talent nila, ano eh, talagang maraming
Oo,
project.
andyan din si, si Alessandra De Rossi, di ba? Boy Romero.
Tama.
Kaya maraming, at pinagmamalaki nga ng Viva na hindi naman daw pala sila first time na nag-number 1 dahil
Oo.
kasosyo naman daw sila ng mga pelikula ni Vice Ganda nung mga nakakaraang taon, di ba?
Oo.
Kaya hindi namin first time mag-number 1. Nagkataon, number 1 kami na ngayon na solo namin.
Yes.
Hindi,
Solo
walang,
producer.
walang co-prod.
Oo.
Ayon yan kay Boss Vic, no? Boss Vic de Rosario na nandoon, tsaka si Vincent na anak niya.
Yes, Vincent de Rosario.
Tsaka si Mela, no? Mel de Rosario, no? Ayan. Anyway, nakadami ng kwento kagabi. Nandun sila si Ian Lim, andun si Bella Padilla, andun si Alessandra De Rossi.
Siyempre halos lahat ng Viva artist
Hindi.
andon.
At kahapon, sabi nga ni Boss Vic na ang babait ng mga talent namin kasi kahapon lang sila tinawag, di ba, boy, no? Pero nandoon sila, yun.
Dapat nandun sila
Hindi kasi kagabi lang nagkaroon ng kasama ang mga artistang hindi lang yung mga poster ng mga pelikula and directors.
At saka ang tagal-tagal na panahon na humarap si Boss Big de Rosario sa entertainment media, di ba, Miss M?
Oo, at ngayon ay napaka-open niya, no? At sabi
Siyempre,
sabi naman niya, no? Ito yung magandang sinabi ni Boss Vic, no?
Okay.
Hindi ako naniniwala, sabi. Hindi totoo na ang movie industry ay dying or patay na, sabi, or dying, gano'n, di ba? Yun ang sabi niya, kundi growing, sabi niya. Kumbaga, mas lumalakas dahil ang dami ng medium, di ba, boy, no? Ang dami, hindi lang sa box office. Hindi ko mo daw flop ang isang pelikula, no?
Hindi naman pwedeng kumita sa iba. May TV rights, siyempre
pa. Bago pa may TV rights, meron silang sinasabi, may mga iba pang pinupuntahan, no?
Yes, may pang medium, ibang platform.
Oo, may
Tama si Boss Big.
Daming platforms na pwedeng, kaya nalulugi ang ibang producer, kaya hindi nila alam ang kanilang ginagawa, di ba?
Siyempre si Boss Big, ang dami niya kasi pagkinakikitaan. Di ba, pag meron kong pinipapalabas, pag-distribute mo sa Viva, kumita man yung kung hindi, sure kumita ang Viva.
Sumita ang Viva dahil sisingilin sila ng
marami.
O yung kung bakit nila kahit ma-pull out yan, marami pa rin.
Magbabayad ka pa rin.
Hanggang sa lahat-lahat.
Mas marami kikitain ang Viva kung kumita yung distribute nilang pelikula. So, siyempre, pupunta tayo sa direction natanong ba about Ladine?
May isang lumusot, no, na tanong na kung pwede.
Ibig sabihin, kung hindi lumusot, talagang naka-off, naka-screen na, no na din Lustre.
Wala naman sinabing ganun, no. Kaya lang siyempre, siguro merong gusto magtanong, pero hindi na yung person proper, no, yung one-on-one na or yung nasa na.
Bakit mo na nagtanong sa press con proper kaya?
Parang may nagtanong naman, boy, no?
okay.
Kaya lang hindi ko masyadong klaro. Basta sinabi ni Boss B kung parang may tanong na something to that effect na kung pwedeng gumawa si Nadine sa ibang production, no? Yung parang ganun. Sabi niya, bawal. Yun ang sinabi lang niya. Bawal siyang gumawa sa ibang production. Yun. Ayan, hayan po ang mga linya kagabi.
Yun nga, dahil nakalagay na nga yun sa press statement na binigay na talagang hindi ba pwedeng makipag-transaction kay Nadine tapos pati yung third party, di ba, kakasuhan din. Pero siyempre sabi mo nga, naglabas din ang isang abogado na at napanood ko talaga ang linaw-linaw, hindi pwedeng kasuhan ng third party. Yun
naman ang medyo, kaya nga nilinaw naman ito ni Atty. Topacio, no? Kaya,
si Atty. Topacio, kanino ba siya abogado?
Hindi naman daw siya dumating doon para maging lawyer ng Viva, no? Dumating siya as friend at imbitado siya kagabi. Ng isang kaibigang sinabi niya na si Jojo Gabinete, no? Yun ang sinabi niya. Pero yun nga, nakita lang niya kung ano yung senaryo ng nung awayan yung kaso, no?
Ano sabi ni
parang sabi na ang isang sinabi ni attorney sinasabi doon na David and Goliath, no? Sabi niya parang may gano'n.
Yes.
Isa ng tinira ka agad ni Atty. Topacio yung sinabing David.
It's about time na si David striking niya si Goliath.
Yan ang Marilyn niya. Sabi niya,
meron niya.
Ang companying law office na pinuntahan ni Nadine ay napakalaking kumpanya. Sabi niya, paano mo sasabihin niyang David and Goliath yun? Sabi naman ni attorney, no? Sabi ni attorney, ang laki-laking kumpanya na isa sa pinakamalaking law offices ng Pilipinas. Yun. Kaya doon pa lang, hindi yata ako conforme doon, sabi na.
Yun ang perspective niya. Pero kasi siyempre, sinadin kumbaga, kinuha niya ang one of the best. Malakas nga. One of the best. Siyempre kasi interpretation niya.
Kasi kung David and Goliath, nasa isang maliit na kung gano'n. Napakamahal, prestigious, mahal na law offices, diba? Kaya yun. Ang daming kwento ni Atty. Mama, i-live, natin, no? Natin.
Podcast natin.
Ilabas natin, no? Or ilabas natin yung interview natin kagabi, no?
Go!
Ang daming andon. Si Sian Lim, si Sia Vigor, no?
Bata.
Si Sia Vigor pala ang pronunciation, no?
Hindi Vigor.
Hindi Vigor.
Sia
Vigor. Na may picture ako, ha? Pinicturean ako ni RK. Anyway, ano pa ba mga kwento doon? Maraming sinabi sa attorney na yun na hindi pwedeng yung dating ni Nadine kasi siya yung nagdesisyon na lumabas, no? Pwede naman daw mag-usap muna bago sila gumawa ng hakbang kung hindi papayagan yung pinapakiusap ni Nadine or meron siyang kung hindi na ayos, pwede naman daw meets halfway kung may may gustong mangyari si Nadine. Ayun. Ano pa ba? Maraming kwento. Yun ang pinaka kagabi, no? After the press, yun ang lumabas, no? Yun. Dahil at ang daming mga artista doon. Si Arjo nga, may pelikula pala si Arjo, no? Sa Viva, no? Na talagang kasama niya si JC Santos saka si Yasi.
Balik natin kay attorney, wala nakapagtanong kung nabasa niya yung...
Hindi kasi si attorney hindi naman talaga siya kasama sa press. Kundi dumating siya doon as friend lang, as bisita.
Kasi may sobrang harsh kasi yung sinabi ni Lord nakapunan sa Viva, di ba? Illegal yung pagkukontract na hindi lang kay Nadine, kundi for the other artists sa Viva. Unconscionable. Ang sakit ng word na yon. Na parang matinding bira talaga sa Viva. So with that word kasi parang talagang palaban si Nadine.
Actually, hindi. Kasi yun ang...
Lalaban siya ng gusto rito
Yun ang ginawa ni no? Ang dyan, siyempre priest sa Viva, no? Sa ginawa niya, no? Hindi siya pwedeng gumawa ng pelikula. At sabi kung gagawa siya, bawal. Pwede nilang, si Nadine hahabulin nila, di ba? Kasi 8 years pa pala ang kontrata ni Nadine, no?
Meron naman
ano sinasabi dyan mo?
Hindi, nakapirma siya last year lang, 5 years.
5 years.
Pero 5 taon pa rin siya.
Yun.
Kasi si James, umalis siya na expired yung contract.
Pwede yun, no? Pwedeng yung talent na nag-decide na lumayas na, no?
Oo, kaya tapos yung kontrata niya, sila din talaga iba yung case niya. Meron pa siyang valid
na 5
contract
years
niya.
na.
Oo.
Na dapat niyang bigyan yung serbisyo niya, no, sa Viva.
Siyempre naman sa dami-dami ng mga ganyan na kaso sa tagal na natin sa industry misip, wala din naman nangyayari, di ba, nagkakaayos din sa bandang huli, nag-uusap, di ba? Pero may nangyari talagang binuburo, ang legal nga, daming binurong mga ano, di ba? Si Adjoy din, di ba, nabuburo.
Sana, parang Algerian yan, no? Sa GMA Artists. Center, sino pa ba, no? Yung asawa ba ni Richard Gutierrez, si ano?
Sarah,
diba?
Pero tinatapos muna yung tinapos yung kontrata na kahit na walang ginagawa.
Yun, yung gano'n. Ang daming mga na-experience na rin yung mga ganyan, no? Yung gusto nang lumabas sa kanyang produksyon, di ba, boy?
Yes, pero di pa makalabas dahil nga sa kontrata. Sila din kasi ba kilala natin palaban, kaya siguro na kahit alam pa niyang valid pang kanyang contract for 5 years, malis na siya, di ba?
Oo. Sabi naman ni attorney, I have nothing against Nadine, no? Kasi di ba nabanggit ko pa nga, he's the one of the best actresses.
Ganda yung review niya.
Di ba? Ni-review niya ang...
ganda yung sa acting ni Nadine. Nag-review, film reviewer din po kasi Atty. Ferdinand Topacio. So, ano ba tayo dito? So, ang Viva, wala pang basta fresh lang si Nadine.
Yun, hindi siya pwedeng gumawa sa iba't ibang production, no? Ayan.
I'm sure naman, wala rin naman sukuko muna kay Nadine na yun.
Kasi baka sumakit na yung ulo, no?
Alam naman yan ng mga tao, no, na may kontrata pa sa Viva. So, wala naman kukuha.
Sana marami pang datong si Nadine, no? Para hindi maubos ka agad. Kasi pag naubos yan, baka...
Pero ang gusto natin malam, lahat kaya yon, endorsement, television, o pelikula lang kaya? Wala nakapagtanong na ganyan, Miss F. Kung ano lang ba yung pwedeng hindi gawin
ni Nadine, no? Baka pelikula lang, no?
Pelikula lang. Hindi kasama dyan ang TV, ang mga endorsement,
baka sa TV pwede siyang
mga concert,
guest, no?
Concert. O nga, no?
Ayan. Naku, ayan po ang mga kwentong Nadine Lustre kagabi na naging mainit ang mga issues. Ayan, ganun. Di ba, boy?
Tama!
Ayan, di ba? Ano pa ba mga kwento, no? Siyempre, ang dami pa rin kwento. Kahapon naman, di ba, si Alden naman, isang endorsement
na
ang kanyang tinanggap na medyo na ano yung tao nagulat, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi hindi pang wholesome, di ba?
Ano siya?
Medyo alak yun, no?
Yes.
Isang alak po ang bagong ini-endorse ngayon ni Alden. Na marami na shock. Even
whiskey yun
Oo, isang whiskey.
Pero siyempre marami na shock dahil nga sa image o imahe niya pinapakita. Wholesome, di ba? Pero sa edad naman siguro ni Alden, talaga naman nasa edad niyang yan, ang mga ganyan na klaseng tao, umiinom na. Di ba? Mas bata pa sa kanya, umiinom na. Yun lang siguro na gulat o nanibago ang public, ang netizen, kasi nga wholesome po ang projection ni Alden
Richards. Sabi nga ni Alden daw, no, meron tayon kay Blessy na nandoon, no? Nandoon si Blessy, no? Meron tinext si Blessy sa atin.
Okay.
Tungkol sa pahayag ni Alden na naganap ka na media con sa kanyang first, no? Bali first alak, no?
Oo, first alak endorsement.
Oo. Sabi daw ni Alden, it's about time. It's about time na daw na mag-level up siya. Kaya tinanggap niya maging endorser ng isang alak. Yung nga yung pangalan, no, yung whiskey. Marami pa daw aabangan sa kanya ngayong 2020. Of course naman, no, pag wala nang aabangan kay Alden, wala nang kumukuha sa kanya. Siyempre marami daw aabangan sa kanya, lalo na yung goal niya. May goal siya na maging piloto.
Bongga.
Naku, at director.
Mm-mm.
Gusto daw niya, siya naman daw ang magdidirect ng stars, ng mga stars siguro, ng mga artista.
Why not? Kung kaya ba niya eh.
Magbablocking, magmo-motivate sa mga artists, sa mga scenes na kukuhanan niya. O, di ba? Meron naman pala si Alden na meron siya ang tawag doon yung bucket list, no?
Yes.
Na gusto niyang gawin for 2020.
Yes, why not?
Sana, congratulations Alden, no?
Mm-mm.
Ang daming kwento. Ang daming uminom daw siya kahapon. Mukhang uminom daw pinatikin
Whiskey
niya.
lang naman yun.
Oo. Pero ang whiskey, mas gusto ko pa ang brandy kung whiskey lang.
Ano. Tsaka, siyempre tayo wala naman masama.
Kaya dapat lang naman uminom siya.
Or
No?
uminom siya.
Baka
diba?
sama naman sa ano yon sa kontrata.
Oo, tapos pag in-endorse mo, ibig sabihin, gusto mo yun. At
Oo.
saka kung ano man yung dapat gawin doon, siyempre gawin mo.
Kailangan
Because
gumanon daw si
you're
Alden.
endorsing
No?
the
Parang
product.
parang medyo na ano siya nung nag-genome.
Ay, baka nabago siya sa lasa.
Ayan. Anyway, naku, ang dami pang kwento. Siyempre, ang gwapo-gwapo pa rin ni Alden kahapon.
Ay, oo naman.
Ang daming nagulat sa kagwapuan.
Ganda ng katawan.
Oo, kaya, yun, tuloy-tuloy. I'm sure, alaga naman ni Alden ang katawan niya. no?
Siyempre
Pagdating-
naman, isa yun sa puhunan nila.
True, kaya dapat lang na alagaan at i-maintain ang dapat i-maintain, di ba? Ayan, ako, Alden Richards, congratulations, no? Dahil ang
At ang front row, meron silang na yun, pasabog.
may pasabog sila ngayon. Sila pala ang nakita ko sa post, Front Row International Presents.
Yes.
Diba? Miss Universe Philippines 2020. Ang ganda, no?
So sila organizer.
Parang sila yung
One-off.
One-off, no? Di ba ko sabi nila ang
Major sponsor. Hindi major
hindi,
sponsor.
oo,
Sila
kasi
organizer.
kasama siguro sila sa mga mga kadramahan, di ba?
Yeah.
Sila Siam, si Sup, no? Taka, sino pa ba mga kasama ni Siam?
Si ex-governor, Governor
Kasama ba
Chavez. I'm sure supporter si Chan.
Oo, dahil siya yung no? Naging sponsor yan natin last 2016 ba yun?
Bongga naman talaga ang front. Hindi mo yung matatalo. Lahat.
Talbog yan.
lahat
Sabi
kayo.
nga, awards.
Correct.
Anyway, naku, ang dami pa natin kwentuhan, boy, pero babaliin muna natin, ha?
Yes.
Medyo puputulin natin muna ang ating kwentuhan dahil ang
Okay.
dami pa. Ang oras, mga kaibigan, Philippine Standard Time, 3:30 na po ng hapon.
Wow! It's showbiz!
Hello, ako po si John Polar Kuya.
In these changing times of our lives, anytime, anywhere, we'll always be there by your side, listening and telling a story that truly is worthy to be told and heard across the oceans and seas. We are driven by balanced news, fearless views, in the spirit of fairness and truth. Someone you can trust, who is just when you ask, is a must. 'Cause there is an inquirer in all of us. Not him is saying Malo din celebrities, kanis F to chika. Kahit pa noon, ngayon, napapanahon. Always updated, lagi on na on. Diyos mga lodi, mega ka na ba? Dito sa number 1 programang ayos talaga. Alas 3 na ng hapon, tapos ka na bang kumaon ng merienda habang nakatutok sa nag-iisang napapanahon? Ooh, wow, oh yeah, it's showbiz na mga mare. Ayan na ang reyna ng radyo Enquirer, showbiz o doble. Mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, tutok sa 9:90. DZIQ Radio, mga balitang bumebenta. Blind item scoop, anong latest? Mula sa the best team ni Miss F. Always updated at laging good vibes tayo mga ka-eds. Bawal ang negatibo, lagi ditong positibo. Makinig manood sa sunod-sunod na chika on time, so fresh, so good. Kasama mga loading artista. Oh, handa ka na ba? Chikahan tayo kahit maghapon pa. Dito sa Wawi Showbiz. Facebook live na, like, share, mag-comment na. It's showbiz na, it's showbiz na. Malo din celebrities, kamis F to chika. Kahit pa noon, ngayon, napapanahon. Always updated, lagi on na on. God is good, God is great, all the time, laging good time. Enjoy mo lang ang mga chika, maparadyo, TV or online. Sa kong ni Kuya Boy, Romero ang hoy, baang na opinion alahoy. Ha-ha, tawanan na, sa katong kasiyahan, handog sa ating ni Ogie Ignacio.
Ayan, balik tayo sa Wow It's Showbiz, ha? Enjoy, dahil andito pa rin po kami, ang Wow It's Showbiz Team Miss F. Dahil dyan, bibigyan muna natin ng halaga itong reports, no? Mula kay Chona Yu. Nasa line 5, oil products na hindi sasailalim sa fuel marking program kukumpiskahin ng BOC sa susunod na buwan. Ito yung mula kay Chona Yu. Chona? Yes, Chona.
Sa ilalim sa fuel marking program. Sa pulong Maritaan sa Malacanang, sinabi ni Customs Associate Commissioner Vincent Philip Maronilla na kapag hindi pa rin tumalima ang mga oil companies sa fuel marking program, kukumpiskahin ng kanilang hanay ang mga naka-imbak na oil product. Sinabi pa ni Maronilla na agad nasasampahan ng kaukulang kaso ang mga may-ari ng oil company na hindi tatalima sa naturang programa. Layunin ng fuel marking program na malabanan ang paglaganap ng smuggling sa oil product dahil sa ipapatupad o ipinapatupad na Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion o TRAIN Law. Sinabi pa ni Maronilla na wala nang maidadahilan ang mga may-ari ng oil company para hindi tumalima sa fuel marking program dahil nagbigay na sila ng sapat na panahon bilang palugit. Layunin din kasi anya ng BOC na maayos na o mahikayat ang mga oil company na magbayad ng maayos na buwis sa Bureau of Internal Revenue. Shona Yu, Radyo Inquirer 90, bayang nagtatanong, mamamayang nag-uusisa.
This news update was brought to you by Gene Kapitan. Kayang-kaya mo yan.
Maraming salamat, Chona Yu, sa report. At siyempre, andito na po sa kabilang linya na si Erwin Aguilon, nasa line 1. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, humaharap na sa Q&A, question hour ng kamera. Yun, ng kamera. Mula ito kay Erwin Aguilon. Erwin?
Ms. F, humaharap ka dito sa pagkatanong o question hour ng babang kapulang ng Kongreso dito sa kanilang plenaryo mismo. Itong si Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, ito ay may kaugnayan nga sa novel coronavirus. Ngayon po ay nagbibigay ng comparison itong si Duque tungkol sa SARS, MERS at saka itong kasalukuyan na nCoV. Pakinggan at panoorin po natin ang nagiging presentasyon ni Health Secretary Francisco Duque III.
Illustrates the threat posed by this viral family. In 2017, the WHO placed SARS-CoV and MERS-CoV on its priority pathogen list, hoping to galvanize research and the development of countermeasures against COVIDs. With the emergence of the 2019 nCoV, Your Honors, we currently see similarities with SARS-CoV, such as its symptomatology and epidemiology. However, in terms of virulence, at this early stage of the disease outbreak, we see a comparatively lower case fatality rate at 2.3%. Again, there on your screen, for your better appreciation, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, we are vigilantly watching out for further developments on the knowledge regarding this novel coronavirus, and we expect iterative changes as the days pass by. Corollary, in the following table, we see the comparative virulence of the seasonal influenza virus, or the common flu, against the 2019 nCoV. And gleaning from the reports of the WHO and the CDC, we see that the global case fatality rate of nCoV against the seasonal flu at around the same time period, rather, December 2019 to January 2020, is comparatively lower than that of the latter, figuring at 2.3% versus 4.7% aggregated from all serotypes. Yan lang po, madali po ang sinasabi dito. Kung ihahambing po natin sa seasonal flu, same time period, about from December 2019 to January 2020, and compared to these emerging novel coronavirus, you still see a relatively lower case fatality ratio. And while these data shows us the facts, Your Honors, we at the DOH are not letting our guards down. In response to the threat of the 2019 nCoV, the DOH has, one, established a dedicated task force on 2019 nCoV. We issued interim guidelines on the same. We heightened the border screening or surveillance through thermal scanning and use of the health declaration card or checklist. Ito po yung yellow forms na ibinibigay sa atin po mga pumapasok na mga pasahero. We have mandated the use of decision table in evaluating sick passengers, directed triaging at the arrival area on sick passengers, ensured laboratory and hospital preparedness. We have established the 2019 nCoV surveillance for daily updates. Ngayon po, araw-araw na po, nagbibigay kami ng mga pinakahuling evidence-based and science-based reports for the media and for the general public. And of course, last but not least, we have intensified risk communication in all communications or media platforms, including, of course, the social media. Moreover, personal protective equipment are available at the Bureau of Quarantine, Centers for Health Development, and the DOH hospitals. Your DOH is also closely monitoring individuals who manifested signs of respiratory infection and has had a history of travel to China, and coordinating with WHO and China Center for Disease Control for updates. The DOH reiterates that the public must practice frequent hand washing, avoid unprotected contact with farm or wild animals, practice proper cough etiquette, maintain at least 1 meter distance, and cover the mouths and sneezes with a tissue or the crook of the elbow. Avoid close contact with people showing cold or flu-like symptoms, and ensure that the food that is eaten is well cooked. Hindi pwedeng mahilaw-hilaw. Lalo na, meron po rin tayong African swine flu. Travelers with symptoms of respiratory illness either during or after travel are urged to seek medical attention immediately. All health facilities are to enhance standard infection prevention and control practices, especially in our emergency triage departments. Lastly, again, I emphasize, we must always be ready. Better ready than sorry. Again, in behalf of the DOH, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, and to the distinguished members of the House of Representatives. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And we're ready to answer the questions from the floor. Thank you.
Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, in view of the limited time that we have and the importance of the subject matter, I move that we limit the time for questioning of each member to 5 minutes each. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move now to the period of interpellation. And first to interpellate, I move that we recognize the chairwoman of the Committee on Health, the Honorable Angelina Helen Tan for her interpellation. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Helen Tan is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, colleagues and the Honorable Secretary. Just to summarize the points I made during my privileged speech yesterday, allow me to ask the following clarificatory questions to the Secretary. The first question is, as I understand it, the novel coronavirus is genetically distinct from the common human coronaviruses which cause seasonal acute respiratory illness. It is also genetically distinct from the two newer human coronaviruses, MERS-CoV and the SARS-CoV. May I know if we have the capability to do the definitive testing for 2019 novel coronavirus? Because as I understand, current testing is being sent to Australia. And if so, do we have resources to procure whatever is necessary? And how soon can we start testing on our own?
Okay, thank you, Madam Chairman of the Committee on Health. The Japanese counterpart of the RITM today has just brought with them, the team, a primer, RNA primer, which is needed to help us identify whether the novel coronavirus suspect cases, once there's throat swabs, their nasopharyngeal swabs, are submitted to RITM for testing. With the RNA primer, yes, in about 48 hours, we shall be able to set up our own capability to detect novel coronavirus and no longer need to send for confirmatory testing to Melbourne, Australia. So yes, the answer to that is yes.
So are we planning to have that equipment or whatever agents that they're using to test for coronavirus to have it placed here in RITM or any other facilities in government hospitals?
Yes, ma'am. For the first round of testing, we are adequately supplied. But for the, we will have to find out the volume of the supplies that have been brought by the Japanese contingent to help us precisely to do the testing ourselves and confirm it ourselves. And this will cut the turnaround time by 50%.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Secretary. There were news that came out, I think, an hour ago in different media outlets on the death of a patient under investigation in San Lazaro. Can you update us, because some of the reports are deceiving, saying that this is the first death in the Philippines of this Chinese national?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. The case that has been reported, though inaccurately, by I believe it was CNN, this patient, although satisfied the criteria for a person under investigation, as I have presented on the screen, the latest result of the tests done by both RITM and the San Lazaro Hospital, which is also a reference laboratory, which has a reference laboratory capability, is from RITM. It was positive for staff or use, and while the San Lazaro reference laboratory yielded a positive for HIV/AIDS virus for 2 testings that were conducted. But having said that, we are still awaiting for the test that will be run by the RITM, given now that we have the new RNA primer and the new reagents, so that we can say for sure and conclusively whether this could be a co-infection or there is absolutely no coronavirus as the one of the possible causes.
So just to allay the fears of our countrymen, you're confirming that this is not a coronavirus related death?
Yes, I underscore that there's nothing in the preliminary test results that would show that this death is caused by novel coronavirus.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Secretary. My next question, just in case that the NCOV enters the country considering the speed by which it spreads across the different population, do we have the necessary infrastructure to accommodate the influx of patients just in case? Another question is mandatory reporting for these cases in place?
Yes, the answer to the first question, ma'am, is the capacities of all of the DOH retained hospitals and medical centers have been leveled up. That was the initial instructions or directive of the DOH Execom to all of our regional directors. Same directive was cascaded to all of our medical center chiefs to, in fact, specifically set aside a number of isolation rooms. Okay, so that's now very much in place. And insofar as the infrastructure is concerned, from the level of border surveillance, which is the mandate of the Bureau of Quarantine, this has been very much put in place, and also this has been heightened, in fact, to include the reinstatement of the health declaration card or the yellow form, and also the issuance of the guidelines, interim guidelines, which will change from day to day as we are updated by the WHO. We are nimble to the information stream that goes to the DOH, and we make the necessary adjustments. And also, Madam Representative, we have also put in place the surveillance systems, community surveillance. So this is not just about the border surveillance, but also the surveillance within the communities. Kasi baka makalusot at mapunta sa mga komunidad, maigi na po yung may kakayahan po tayo. At ang gumagawa po niyan ang ating Epidemiology Bureau, meron po tayong mga surveillance unit officers na sila po ang nakatutok, and they're in constant coordination with our frontline Bureau of Quarantine officers. And then our risk communication and community engagement, the public health advisories, I think you have come across some of them, and we are also leveling this up so that the public will be able to benefit from evidence-based, science-based information, and to neutralize whatever infodemics or the epidemic of false or fake news that are being propagated by unwitting or individuals who are perhaps not aware, sufficiently informed of the latest with regard to coronavirus, Madam Representative.
Mr. Speaker, last question in the interest of time and to give way to our colleagues here. I was informed that yesterday you have that high-level meeting, interagency meeting. One of the concern is that the restriction on flights and the repatriation of our OFWs in China. Can you share with us what transpired in that high-level meeting?
The high-level meeting, Mr. Speaker, Madam Representative, is on the authority of the Executive Order 168, number 168, issued by then President Aquino in 2014. And this is the Emerging Infectious Disease Task Force, which consists of representatives, in fact, cabinet-level representatives from, of course, the DOH heading or chairing the task force. We have the DOJ, because of the Bureau of Immigration is there. The DOTR, the Philippine Coast Guard, being a operating unit of the agency. Then we have the Department of Tourism. We have the DOLE. We have the DOTC, DOTR, and the DILG. We convened yesterday and arrived at a resolution to do the following. Number one is to facilitate the voluntary return of Filipinos who are currently in Wuhan City, China. Those who have manifested their desire to be repatriated to the Philippines, and we said that we will prepare. So there will be chartered flights. The Civil Aeronautics Board and the CAAP are preparing the chartered flights. They are contracting chartered flights precisely to bring in the 50 or so Filipinos who have manifested their desire to be repatriated, plus the conditionality that should they come back to the Philippines, they will be all collectively subjected to quarantine measures. Para lang po nakakasiguro tayo na hindi po sila makabalik at makapangahawa naman doon po sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino. At of course, that is of course one of the contents of the resolution. Second is of course the commitment that the DOH will provide continuous flow of evidence-based information and public health advisories, because right now the dilemma there is the communications barrier. The language barrier is really making it very difficult for our people to understand the local health authorities' advisories. So we intend to complement this by giving them through telemedicine, which is also being put in place. As we are talking, the telemedicine infrastructure is being prepared, Your Honor. So these are the two more important DOH-related contents of the resolution passed by the task force. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, and the Honorable Secretary for giving us time for our invitation to come here and update us on the issues or the status on the novel coronavirus. So maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo sa hapong ito. Thank you,
Din po, maraming salamat po sa inyo. At sa pagkakataon, ibinibigay ninyo sa Department of Health upang makapagpaliwanag hinggil po sa namamayagpag na ating novel coronavirus. Maraming salamat po sa ngalan ng DOH.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to acknowledge the Honorable Lauren Legarda from the Lone District of Antique for her interpellation.
Deputy Speaker Lauren Legarda,
Thank
you
you.
are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just quick questions. May
Thank you, sir.
the Honorable Secretary Francisco Duque yield to a few questions?
Yes.
Hi, Secretary. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, yes. Certainly.
The other day, I communicated with Secretary Teddy Locsin upon the impression, or I thought that it would be the designation or the task of the Department of Foreign Affairs to decide on whether we should close our airports and seaports temporarily during the crisis, the health crisis, to any Chinese mainland tourists. And he texted me that he has shared or delegated the authority to the DOH through Secretary Duque. Your Honor, may I confirm if this is indeed accurate? And second, if it is your task to do so, are you inclined at the soonest possible time to ban first the entry of any mainland Chinese tourists while the virus is still not contained in mainland China? Just that basic question, Mr. Secretary. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Madam Representative. The situation remains fluid, and certainly the task force of the DOH on the novel coronavirus meets every now and then, and in fact very frequently, to be guided by the recommendations from the WHO they bridge the DOH to the health authorities in Wuhan city in particular, the Hubei province, and the whole of China for that matter. And certainly that's one of the possible options that we are looking at, but not at this very moment.
Okay.
The reason being, Your Honor, is we have to be very careful also about the possible repercussions of doing this in the light of the fact that the confirmed cases of coronaviruses are not limited to China, but now, in fact, in several countries, as I have shown on the slides. And if we do this, then the concerned country, and China in this case, might question why we're not doing the same for all the other countries that have reported confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus. So it's a very tricky, very difficult issue that you have raised, but certainly we commit to take this into consideration as we move on in making the necessary adjustments or revisions in our guidelines, Your Honor.
Mr. Secretary, in my understanding, then only flights from Wuhan to the Philippines has been banned. Is that correct, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that this is an international airport in Wuhan. So I think there are many other provinces. The Chinese nationals would need to go to one of the international airports, one of the major international airports. So now, at least for Wuhan, there's been a lockdown. The Chinese government has already restricted travel to and from Wuhan city, and I think even Hubei at this point, but subject to validation.
Since we are a heavily populated country and we are clearly incapable of handling such a health crisis should it happen in the Philippines, would it not be prudent, Mr. Secretary, to be proactive and ban temporarily any mainland Chinese tourists in any airport or port, not just Wuhan, since the coronavirus has spread to other cities in China? Again, let me not be misconstrued. I just value too much the health of the Filipino people. And 108 million people, heavily populated, dikit-dikit sa mga syudad po. And we do not have the resources, nor perhaps the medical know-how. We have to send some of our tests to Australia. So would it not be prudent for us? Take, for example, Subic, when the residents protested against the entry of a cruise ship bearing the mainland Chinese residents who may or may not be inflicted with the coronavirus. So this is actually not my personal belief, but I've been asked as an elected representative, not only of my province, but of even other representatives who may be shy to manifest this, or other people. And they're asking, what are you in Congress doing? So I asked Secretary Locsin, and I can show you the text of Secretary Teddy. He said, Lauren, I agree with you. You may be right. So I tried to call you the other night. I understand you're very busy. We could not communicate with each other. So I'm putting it on record on the possibility of just temporarily closing to mainland because it has spread there. I'm not saying that all others, where there are 1 or 2 victims, that we should close our tourism to those areas, but should we not close it? I recall that there is a Wuhan-Katiklan flight which was operating until last Wednesday, and your very efficient DOH personnel had to look for the Wuhan individuals who were already in Boracay vacationing and had to be retrieved from Boracay and returned back to Wuhan. Correct me if my information is inaccurate. So do we still need to do that? To allow some Chinese from Wuhan who may have gone to Shanghai or Beijing and infected some people there to come to the Philippines because we have not closed our doors, and look for them in our provinces and then send them back? Would it not be more efficient that we simply just say no for the meantime until the situation has been contained in mainland China? Just a question, Mrs. I know it's very tricky. I realize there are political and diplomatic repercussions, but for me, the health of the Filipino people, especially those who may not have the resources to buy masks, to stay away from each other, if that is at stake, then we must do everything to protect our people. Secretary. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Representative. First of all, I share with you your concern for the health of the Filipino people. That is the mandate of the DOH. And in terms of the preparedness of the DOH to deal with this challenge, as I have said, we have scaled up, we have leveled up our border surveillance. Our quarantine officers are well equipped to make sure that patients who will be classified as persons under investigation will be isolated. Consequently, they will be subjected to further evaluation.
Thank you.
And the specimens, the collection will be sent to the reference lab, the RITM, which is the primary laboratory that does the testing. The second level would be the Regional Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit. The mechanism is also in place. So we've leveled up across the spectrum of the health system that is to respond to the event even when the coronavirus enters the country. But let me reassure you, Your Honor, that we will always bear in mind this very well meaning recommendation that you have so eloquently articulated. And certainly we will think of it. We will always consider this in the next task force meetings, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Secretary. Mr. Speaker, my last question, Mr. Speaker, is I have read in reports in the news that some of the blood tests have been sent to Australia, and I would imagine that our private hospitals or the DOH or the RITM that does the processing of the results of the blood tests are the Philippine authorities in health under DOH, do we have the equipment, the personnel to assess immediately whether it is coronavirus, or are the technology and the equipment not available in the Philippines under DOH or RITM or any agency of DOH? And if so, what is needed so that in the NEP of 2021, which you're doing now, kindly put all the trainings for your personnel, all the equipment needed under DOH, under RITM, is that correct, the RITM?
All right.
That's the one that's doing it, right? Is there any other agency that is equipped with that? And why are we sending the results to Australia yet to confirm or verify if it is coronavirus? Are we incapable of knowing the results here in our medical facilities, Mr.
Yes.
Speaker?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Representative, the testing capability wasn't available until today, because Japan, as I have said earlier, has brought the contingent from Japan, which is the RITM counterpart, has arrived this morning with the RNA primer and the reagents needed to identify the novel coronavirus in persons under investigation. And by Friday, I was assured by the Executive Director of RITM that the setup will be ready, and they will be testing the specimens once submitted to them. So that way, the need for an international confirmatory testing will no longer be necessary.
When do we know? Last question. When do we know whether the 27 is just flu or coronavirus, Mr. Secretary? Mr. Speaker?
Pardon me.
How do we confirm whether the 27 under investigation is
yes.
actually...
The specimens, these are throat swabs, oropharyngeal, nasopharyngeal swabs. Part of the protocol, testing protocol, is automatically sending these specimens to the RITM, and they do an initial testing. It's a little bit technical. My apologies. The RITM initially runs the FTD 33 test. This is a test for several viruses and bacteria, some other microbes. But unfortunately, that initial testing capability cannot identify specifically the novel coronavirus. It can identify the pan-coronavirus, which is non-specific. And that should trigger, therefore, a higher level testing, which is going to be more definitive for the novel coronavirus. And like I have said, Your Honor, this will now be available by Friday, Your Honor. But we will, of course, certainly submit to you. I have already been given an indicative budget that will support us mount a more effective response to this emerging infectious disease.
Thank you, Madam, Mr. Speaker and Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to acknowledge the Honorable Jose Atienza Jr. of Buhay Party List.
Honorable Atienza is hereby recognized.
Maraming salamat po. Mr. Secretary, thank you for acceding to come here and help us be informed more accurately so that our people also be informed at hindi sila matatakot na lamang nang wala kaming kasagutan. My first question is, as you presented it and as we know it, the symptoms of the coronavirus strain today are very similar to that of the ordinary flu. Is that right or wrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any difference between the two that we can immediately identify coronavirus yan? Pag-ingatan natin. I had a child who got sick with flu the past week. Siyempre, kabadong-kabado lahat ng mga pamilya. Ako hindi ako natakot. Sabi ko, flu yan flu. The flu. And your figures show that. So is there any discernible difference between the symptoms of ordinary flu and coronavirus?
Doon po sa mga katulad natin na maayos po ang atin kalusugan, yung pong atin kakayahan, labanan, itong... kasi kahit na po yung ordinaryong coronavirus, sa atin kaya natin yan. After a few days, mawawala. Self-limiting. Pero sa mga may mga coexisting medical conditions, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, yan po kahit na yung mga hindi mabigat na coronavirus ay makapagdudulot ng seryoso o grabeng komplikasyon. Pero dito po sa ngayon, ang tama po kayo, lahat ng signs and symptoms almost are similar except that meron pong acute severe acute respiratory infection propensity, ito pong novel coronavirus, as evidenced by the cases that have been managed in the different hospitals in Wuhan City.
So, at this point, wala pong unmistakable and unquestionable symptom that we should look for in a suspected coronavirus.
Wala po. Wala pong malinaw.
So therefore, yung flu at yung coronavirus are almost equally the same.
Opo, based on what we have projected on the slide, Your Honor.
Yan po importante yan para ang ating mga mamamayan ay hindi takot, hindi stressed, at hindi sila matatarantang bumili ng mask na ngayon ay out of stock na. Some people are making a lot of money, incidentally, for this particular situation. And according to your figures, in a period from 2019 up to 2020, out of 44,000 cases of flu, 7,000 died. Tama po ba yung inyong naalala kong figure?
Tama po kayo. I'm just double checking.
At yung figure natin sa coronavirus, kulang-kulang 5,000, ay 106 lang ang namatay so far. Tama rin po yun.
Tama po yun.
Napakatuwid. Ang laki ng threat, banta sa buhay ng trangkaso. Yung kilala nating flu, influenza, or you may want to call it any other name. 7% out of 44,000 who got it died in the process. But those suspected, or maybe in some quarters affirmed to be coronavirus victims, 106 lang ang namatay. So why are we so rattled about this issue? Why are we so heated? Why is the Philippines, for that matter, nawala tayo not even one case is confirmed today. Bakit tayo natataranta? Bakit natin tinataranta ang ating mga tao? I wouldn't blame the Department of Health to quietly do your job, guard against...
Yan, Erwin. Balikan natin si Erwin Aguilon ukol nga sa pagharap ni Health Secretary Francisco Duque III sa question hour ng Kamara. Erwin?
Yes, makasalukuyang nagkatanong kay Health Secretary Francisco Duque ay itong si Buhay Party List Congressman Lito Atienza kung saan ang binabanggit niya dapat daw ay pinapahalagahan din nating bansa yung mga nakamamatay na sakit tulad daw ng mga tuberculosis at iba pang mga trangkaso. Pero kanina nauna nagtanong ang chairperson ng House Committee on Health, si Congresswoman Helen Tan ng lalawigan ng Quezon, kung saan nga ang binabanggit din itong si Duque dumating na yung Japanese contingent at sa loob ng 48 oras ay mag-set up na ng sariling pasilidad ng bansa sa may bahagi ng Research Institute for Tropical Medicine o RITM para matest doon yung mga swab ng mga pinaghihinalaang merong nCoV o itong novel coronavirus dahil dito mayroong mga kailangan sa loob ng makalipas ang 48 oras na madala pa sa Melbourne, Australia ang mga sample. Ang kailangan niya ay masiguro lamang yung supply kung hanggang kailan maaaring makapag-test nga itong mga Japanese contingent. Samantala kanina natanong din itong namatay sa may bahagi sa Lazaro Hospital kung saan sa huling result ng RATM at saka sa Lazaro Hospital namatay dahil nga sa HIV o Human Immunodeficiency Syndrome itong biktima, pero magkasagawa pa rin ng preliminary examination o sa base sa mga lumbasan test ay HIV nga ito, pero magkasagawa pa rin sila ng confirmatory test upang mabatid na walang virus galing nga dito sa novel corona ang naging dahilan ng kamatayan nitong pasyente. Sa pagkatanong naman ni Deputy Speaker Loren Legarda, sinabi nito kay Duque na kung maaari ay kung maaaring maging option yung hindi magpapasok ng mga flight o kaya naman sa pantalan na galing sa mainland China kasi daw, pero sabi naman nito para masawata ang pagkalat sa bansa ng nasabing sakit. Pero sabi ni Duque ay ang maaari naman daw to, pero titingnan nila yung repercussion nito, yung maaaring maging resulta dahil sa maaaring sabihin ng China na bakit hindi rin gawin sa ibang mga bansa na mayroong kumpirmadong sakit ng novel coronavirus na hindi sila papasukin dito sa Pilipinas. Ganyan din, pinagkikiit niya yung bakit daw hindi maaaring magkaroon ng temporary ban ng mga mainland Chinese sa Pilipinas. Ang sabi ni Duque, mas pinaigting naman daw nila yung kanilang yung border surveillance at ginagawan ang lahat para nga maagapan o hindi na kumalat, hindi magkaroon ng pagkalat ng sakit dito sa Pilipinas. Ganyan din, sinabi ng health chief na ikikonsidera nila ibabahagi niya sa susunod na task force meeting, task force ng DOH may kaugnayan sa nCoV itong naging suggestion nito namang si Congresswoman Loren Legarda. So ang magkatanong naman po ngayon ay si Congresswoman Janet Garin ng lalawigan ng Iloilo, ang dating health secretary, na meron ding mga sinasabi nga may kinalaman dito sa pagkalat nga ng nCoV. Siguro mas pakinggan lang natin saglit itong magiging sagutan ng dating health chief Janet Garin at saka itong si Secretary Duque. Pakinggan natin po, sandali lang po.
Okay.
Honorable Janet Green is hereby recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, of course, the DOH family and the RITM family under the able leadership of Secretary Duque. Magandang hapon po sa lahat.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Secretary, earlier I heard a colleague who was somehow afraid, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard the words, nakakatakot because we are incapable. We don't have the experts, we don't have the know-how, and we probably are not equipped to answer a situation that China is facing now. Do you confirm or deny this statement?
Your Honor, we are ready in terms of the infrastructure and the technical capability is available, the RITM and its subnational laboratories. So I think at this point, there's nothing to doubt the capability of the DOH in mounting an effective response to this emerging coronavirus.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished Secretary, would you agree with me if we boast and say that in fact not only in the Philippines, but even in research centers all over the world, and even in the World Health Organization, there are a lot of Filipino experts and Filipino scientists. Totoo po ba ito o hindi?
Totoo po yan. And we stand proud of our people in that regard.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Speaker. Uulitin ko lang po, hindi po tayo dapat mabahala dahil hindi po incapable ang Pilipinas. Marami po tayong eksperto, marami po ang know-how, and we are fully equipped. We have been through SARS. That was a lot scary because during SARS, wala pong alam ang mga tao dito at wala tayong gamit. When we had MERS-CoV, we were partially equipped, and when we had Ebola, we were almost fully equipped. And after Ebola, now that nCoV 2019 is here, we actually have RITM, whose laboratory is already a biosafety level 3 laboratory. Ang ibig po natin sabihin, andyan na po yung mga ospital, andyan po yung mga gamit, andyan po yung mga tao. Every time walang outbreak, walang emerging infectious disease, sarado po yun. Pero pagka merong sakit na nangyayari, all it triggers is one push at the fingertip of the Secretary of Health. Am I right, Mr. Speaker, Distinguished Secretary?
Certainly, Your Honor.
So sinasabi niyo po na lahat ito are in place. Kailangan lang with a push button, when you do the command, when you call a command conference, everybody moves. And they are continuously trained and continuously updated.
Yes, Your Honor. That's the reason why we have this command conference today and constantly in close coordination with all of our regional offices and DOH retained hospitals and medical centers.
Mr. Speaker, kalimitan po pagka merong sakit na ganito, ang agad-agad na sinasabi, the Department of Health transforms into a SWAN. May the Honorable Secretary expound on this.
Ano ba yung SWAN?
SWAN. Ano yung SWAN? Itik. SWAN. SWAN.
I'm not aware of the literal or the figurative.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Secretary, the reason why the Philippines has been called the SWAN, because every time there is an emerging infectious disease, the whole DOH family would appear so calm at the outside, but severely paddling below because we are extremely prepared. Kaya minsan, kaya po ganun ang nilalabas because while all the experts prepare sa baba, paddling for survival and in preparation, preempting every move and every transmission, hindi naman po pwede na bawat galaw nila sabihin nila sa tao, lalo na kapag ikay hindi kasama dun sa pag-aaral dahil baka ikaw ay matakot. Tama po ba ito?
Oh, tama po. I think that's a way of characterizing the DOH. We have very hardworking professional civil servants quietly doing their jobs, but they're dedicated, they're committed, and
So
they're
ibig
technically
sabihin, Mr.
proficient.
Speaker, Honorable Secretary, marami ang ginagawa sa ilalim na hindi nakikita sa taas because the preparation is done silently but efficiently.
Tama po kayo,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Secretary. Mr. Speaker, allow me to commend Secretary Duque and the DOH family for seeking the guidance of the World Health Organization. To again reiterate, WHO is the authority, has a convening power, has a global coordinating mandate when it comes to health, and supposedly is objective in its decision-making. So the update on situations like this and the guidance, direction, and response is best taken from the World Health Organization in Geneva, not in the regional or the country level, to ensure the integrity of information and avoid fake news. And as you understand, you're nodding, and I know you're very much aware of this, even the World Health Organization approach is one of a coordinated response to the situation. One message, one action, one decision. Would you affirm this, Mr. Secretary, distinguished speaker?
Yes, certainly, Your Honor.
Dagdag po, Mr. Speaker, kanina may mga hinaing at may pananako, may natatakot yung iba. Baka daw po nung binawasan ang budget ng Department of Health, hindi magawa ng ospital, hindi malagyan ng mga laboratorio, at hindi natin masugpo ang sitwasyon na ito. However, Mr. Speaker, distinguished Secretary, as I have been part of your family before, I was with the RITM family when we pushed, initiated, bidded out, and started the construction of an RITM Biosafety Laboratory Level 3. Does the Secretary confirm this?
Yes, Your Honor. It continues to operate.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished Honorable Secretary, pwede po bang malaman ng ating mga kongresista at ng sambayan ng Pilipino, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng Biosafety Laboratory Level 3?
It's a bit technical, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker. I'm just...
Would you allow me to laymanize it?
Sure, but if you do, as you've been very much a part of the RITM family, you'd be in a much authoritative position to characterize the biosafety level 3.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, a BSL, a Biosafety Laboratory Level 3 at the Research Institute of Tropical Medicine is actually the extreme preparation para kapag merong mga virus o mga sakit na hindi pa kilala, meron tayong kakayahan na makilala at sugpuin ito. At meron tayong kakayahan na gumapang at umaksyon agad. Yan po ang ibig sabihin. This laboratory was not present during the time of SARS, MERS-CoV, and Ebola. Pero ito ang naging basihan. Ano po bang ibig sabihin nito? Kailangan ba itong dagdagan? Kasi marami po ang nananawagan, Mr. Secretary, na baka pwedeng dagdagan yung mga BSL-3. But the problem here is that is a very expensive laboratory to maintain. We do not need a budget to create another laboratory because it might end up as a white elephant. And the reason, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, na kailangan pang ipadala sa Australia at tayo'y naghihintay, it is not because we are not capable. We are capable as Filipinos. We have more experts than the other countries. However, kailangan po ng kontrol. Kailangan ng kontrol dahil ito bagong virus. And the control madaling ginagawa at pinapadala sa mga bansa na may kakayanan. And that is why, when the control arrived last night or this morning, we can establish it in 48 hours. That is how prepared we are. That is how prepared Secretary Duque and the DOH family is. Do you affirm this, Secretary? So ang hinihintay natin is not really a machine na iniisip natin magko-construct. It's a control. Because when you test for something, meron ka palaging control. Tingnan nyo yung laboratory results nyo. Cholesterol, merong control, merong result. Kasi kung wala kang control, hindi mo masabi kung talaga bang tama o hindi ang iyong resulta. Tama po ba ito, Secretary?
Tama po kayo. In fact, I just would like to add very briefly that certainly it is very expensive to maintain the operation of a biosafety lab level 3. In fact, I was told you need 3 million monthly at the minimum just to
please
keep
reiterate,
this.
Secretary, how much is it?
It's 3 million pesos a month.
Only
That
for
is
the
minimum.
maintenance.
While it's not being put to full use, you need to maintain it because the climate control, the filtration mechanisms that have to be ensured are functional. So this is what it is. And so you're right, Madam Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Another issue that has been flooding the media, and we hear a lot of people na parang nangangapa sila, na natatakot sila. Bakit ba yung WHO hindi agad-agad nagdeklara ng public health emergency of international concern? Will the Honorable Secretary, Mr. Speaker, educate the public what does a declaration of a public health emergency of international concern means? What are its implications?
Well, it is a matter of fact that the WHO, which convened Thursday of last week, were deciding whether they would declare a public health emergency of international concern with respect to the novel coronavirus. But the data presented to them, they concluded, at least for that particular meeting, that it would be not prudent to declare a global health emergency because of the following information or data that have been gathered or collected from the ground. And number one is they're saying that of all the infected cases reported, majority were of the mild form of the coronavirus clinical manifestation. Number two, that less than, I think only about 21% has manifested or have manifested severe clinical symptoms, and that consistently the case fatality rate has just been hovering between 2 and 3.5%. So they will convene depending on, again, how quickly this virus continues to mutate and to what extent it will do so. Nobody knows for sure, but again, they are prepared to convene 10 days from the last time of their meeting.
In other words, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Secretary, what you are saying is that declaration made by WHO for diseases that are
Ayan, balikan natin si Erwin. Erwin?
Miss F, ang kasalukuyan pa rin pong nag-interpellate kay Health Secretary Francisco Duque sa plenaryo ng Kamara ay si dating Health Secretary at Iloilo Congressman Janet Garin, kung saan nga ay sinasabi, nag-a-agree itong si Secretary Duque kay Congressman Garin na merong mga ospital at may mga eksperto ang ating pamahalaan para i-handle ang ganitong equipment, ang ganitong kaso. Sinasabi nga ni Garin yung SARS, Ebola, MERS-CoV wala pang ay nalagpasan ng ating bansa dahil nga sa dami ng ating mga eksperto. Kailangan lamang daw ipuli itong mga ito or kausapin at para magampanan yung kanilang trabaho, yung kanilang expertise ay magamit sa panlaban dito nga sa kinatatakutang nakamamatay na novel coronavirus o itong nCoV. Ang sabi pa nitong si Secretary Garin ni Congresswoman Garin, meron ngang pasilidad ang RATM o itong Research Institute for Tropical Medicine. Ito yung tinatawag nilang biosafety laboratory na maaaring gamitin nga na pagdalhan ng mga biktima nga nitong nCoV. Pero ang sabi nitong si Secretary Duque, mahal ang pagme-maintain ng ganitong biosafety lab kasi ang sinasabi ni Garin, bakit daw hindi magdagdag pa ang ganito palang biosafety laboratory ay kailangang i-maintain ng 3 million pesos kada buwan. Tinatanong din, bakit hindi nagdeklara ng national emergency ang WHO? Ang sabi ni Duque, kasi nasa 21% lamang naman ng mga bansa sa daigdig ang nagmanifest na mayroong severe clinical symptoms nitong nCoV. Bukod pa sa dagdag naman ni Garin na magtitirigal daw ito sa ibang bansa na wala namang kaso o hinihinalang kaso ng nCoV na gumastos ng pera. So hindi daw hinahayaan ng World Health Organization na basta na lamang mag-aksaya ng pera ang ibang bansa o mag-contribute para sa wala namang kapararakan o hindi naman kasi apektado nitong nCoV. So yan po yung nagiging question hour. Ang question hour po ay ginagawa dito sa bahagi ng Kamara sa plenaryo at hinayaan ng makapagsalita si Secretary Duque sa sesyon ng Kamara. Ito ay base na rin po sa ating saligang batas at sa rules ng House of Representatives. Erwin Aguilon, Radyo Inquirer na binabenta, bayang nagtatanong, mamayang nag-uusisa.
Ayan, thank you Erwin Aguilon. Ayan, balik ulit tayo sa Wow with Showbiz, ha?
Kaloka.
Showbiz, may mga ayan, nakakaloka. Anyway, hindi ko mapigilan ang sarili ko, ha, boy, ha? May nagsishow, no? Anyway,
kaloka.
Ayan, thank you, Boy Romero. Andiyan ka pa rin. At talagang live na live pa rin po ang Wow with Showbiz, ha? Live. Andito na rin si Chicha, magsushow din siya, no? Ayan, si Chicha Lap. Gayahin mo na si, si Congresswoman.
Hindi, ako naman kasi mahirapan ako sa intindihan kasi may kaso sa Denvac siya, di ba?
Oo.
Anyway, kasi yung nag-author si Congresswoman Janet Galen, dati siyang Department of Health, yung tungkol sa ano yun, yung reproductive
correct.
health bill.
Ayan. Anyway,
yung reproductive health bill, kapag pumayag ka, anti-life ka, pag kumontra ka pro-life.
True. Ayan. Anyway, balikan na lang natin siya. Parang si Chicha nang ba?
Ayaw ko siyang pakinggan.
Ayan, si Chicha Lap. Ayan, hello Chicha Lap.
Yes, ayan, good afternoon sa ating mga listeners at followers ng Wow with Showbiz, Miss
Ayan.
F.
Parang linaw-linaw dyan. Parang may mga araw dyan sa no? Parang may sinag dyan sa ulo mo.
Correct.
Nasa Direk Arlen de la Cruz ng ganyan, Miss F.
Ay, Direk Arlen de la Cruz.
Andyan siya.
Yes.
Ayan, balik ulit tayo sa Wow with Showbiz, ha? Ang daming kwento, ang daming nagaganap sa paligid, no? Nagaganap ang press con ng Miss Universe Philippines 2020, no?
Yes.
At siyempre nagaganap din ang isa sa mga teleserye ng ABS, ang Kadena Ginto Finale Press Con.
Mag-i-end na ito sa February 7.
Oo, dahil may bagong papasok,
yes.
diba?
Love Day Woman ang kapalit.
Oo, Love Day Woman ni Kim
Chu
Chu.
and Sian Lim.
Ayan. And thank you kay, nag-text si
Sino
si
nag-text?
Madam Joyce, walang February 2 pa siya babalik, no?
Sino?
Si Joyce Peñas Pilars.
I miss you na.
Joyce
Pilars.
Nanalo daw siyang nanalo siyang sa London, ha?
Ay, bongga.
Sa Germany.
Amazing. Ay, bongga.
Oo.
Ano na panalunan ni Madam Joyce Pilars?
Sayang wala ako dyan sa birthday mo, sabi niya. Siguro, balik ko February 2. Mag-guest ako sa inyo, sa radio. Nanalo akong Mrs. Classic Universe.
Wow, congrats, Madam Joyce.
Mrs. Classic Universe 2020.
Congratulations, Madam Joyce Pilars.
Mrs. Classic Universe Eurasia. Sa Sofia, Bulgaria, no? Bulgaria, no?
Bongga.
Noong January 21. Tapos magpo-promote din ako dyan dahil may concert ako sa February 22.
Ay,
sabi
bongga.
ni Joyce, no? February 22.
Wait natin siya.
Sa Music Museum. Baka pwedeng makuha ang sponsor. Ayun na, no? Help mo naman ako kay Direk RS.
Ayan.
Thank you, Madam Joyce. May show siya, solo show kaya nito.
Siyempre may kasama siya, siyang bida siya.
Siyang pinaka, sa show na yun ay siya yung bida, no?
Bida at pinali.
Oo, ayan. Ako, may nag-show.
Why not?
May nag-show kasi doon no? Kanina panood ko. Anyway, nako, maraming kwento. Kanina, yung pinag-usapan natin si Nadine, no? Yung mga litanya din ni Attorney Topacio kay Nadine. Ayun.
Yes.
Nako, nandun. Pati nga si,
Sino?
pati nga yung abogado ni Nadine, si
Attorney Lorna Capunan.
Oo, tinawag nga parang lola, no? Ni Attorney Topacio, no? Yung lola mo sabi. Anyway, ako, ang daming kwentuhan
Sikat din
pa.
kasi naman kasi Attorney Capunan kasi karamihan sa mga clients sa celebrities.
Oo, pareho tayong mga, ayun, si Capunan.
Siya rin ang lawyer ni James Reid.
Si Capunan.
Yes.
Kaya hindi kaya si James din ang tumawag kay Attorney Capunan to help si Nadine,
siguro.
no?
Oo.
Para ibigay yung kanya.
Yes, kasi nga 'di ba after the breakup, nakikita naman sila, 'di ba? Nakita sila sa isang bar. Tapos yung kumakain sila ng pasta na in-upload ng kapatid ni James. So siguro,
kaya marami nagsasabi is a gimmick, is a promo, ganyan.
Nasa kanang dalawa na yon. Pero 'di ba may issue pa nga nung sina din pala nung inoffer ng isang teleserye na ABS si James Reid, yung kay Momolan, kay Nancy, sinabihan daw nababasa, narinig sinabihan daw ni Nadine ang kanyang ex-boyfriend si James Reid na tanggihan yung project na yon ng Dreamscape, itong ang teleserye nila ni Nancy ng Momolan. Talaga naman daw tumanggi si James, pero since nagkaroon na sila ng breakup, buti na habol daw ng kampo ni James, tumawag ata kay Sir Dave and Rinald being the president of the Dreamscape. Kinuha pa ulit siya si James Reid para sa isang teleserye, pagtatambalan nila ni Nancy ng Momolan.
Oo nga. Yun, ako mabuti na lang ang dami pa natin kwento at nahabol yung mga project na yan. Ako, at sabi nga natin, nagaganap ngayon ang press ko ng Kadenang Ginto.
Yes.
At sabi nga dito ng ating kasama dito na ang ating co-host, no?
Blessy Sirera.
Siya ngayon ang field reporter, no? Natin dyan sa ABS. Umiyak daw, no?
Sino?
Umiyak at naging emotional si na Andrea Brillantes, Dimples Romana at Beauty Gonzales. Ang laki daw kasi nang nabago sa buhay nila. Kanilang buhay dahil sa Kadenang Ginto na teleserye nga nila, boy, no? Si Andrea na 9 years na naghintay at nagdasal para magkaroon ng magandang project. Magkaroon ng magandang project at babago sa buhay niya. Yun.
Actually, dahil dyan sa teleserye yan, nakatapos yung bahay ni Andrea.
Oo nga, sabi nga niya, naging maganda ang buhay niya. Nakapagpagawa siya ng bahay. Breadwinner daw siya, no? Siya kaya need niyang racket dati, lagi lang siyang pa-extra, pa-bitrol. Pasasalamat siya ang laki ng pasasalamat ni Andrea sa Kadenang Ginto, no? At si Dimples, dami rin blessings din.
Ayun naman, lalo siya sumika.
Endorsements. Pero after Kadenang, pahinga muna daw siya at bakasyon with family sa Australia. Wow, Australia, no?
At saka si Beauty bilang si Romina.
At ihatid anak mag-aaral doon, then babalik sa balik movies and teleserye ulit siya, no? At least nakaprograma, no, ang kanyang career para walang maapektuhan, no? Walang maiwan o kaya masakripisyo, no?
Sobrang talagang laki na nagawa ng
ang Kadenang Ginto po sa mga nagtatanong, boy, no, kung ilan taon, ilang buwan lumagi, ano?
Lumagi sa ere.
Mere, no? 16 months, no? 1 year and 4 months.
Yes,
no?
1 year and 4 months.
Kaya ibang klase pag ang kadena, ang teleserye ay nag 1 year, no?
Oo naman.
Talagang sinusubaybayan.
Trending, viral.
Trending, ratings-wise, diba? At magagaling naman kasi si Dimples, no?
Super galing si
ni Dimples, no? At si, magaling din, si Beauty, no?
Oo, even the two kids,
si Andrea, no?
As Marga, at saka si, pa dyan ni Francine, ni Francine Diaz? Anong karakter
Ano si
dyan?
Francine ba dyan?
Oo, si Bata.
Ay, alam ko naman si Francine, yung baklita.
Francine Garcia naman yun.
Oo, yung front row, no? Siya ang
ganda
niya ngayon.
Nagdakaw siya ng ng Eksena Star Award, 11 Star Award for Music, di ba? At saka, Kasi kagabi napanood ko Sep yung kay Kuya Boy, Night with Boy Abunda. Guest niya kasi si ano.
Sino ang naging guest ni Kuya Boy kagabi sa TWDA?
Yes, yung
no?
3 boys ng A Soldier's Heart,
Joshua Garcia. Ibes Flores.
Oo.
And
Bina Brenica.
No, hindi. Si Makoy De Leon.
Makoy De Leon. Yes, andun nga.
Doon niya kasi nabanggit at alam mo si Kuya Boy magaling sa mag-interview talaga, no? Yung about Julia Barreto. Kung sinabi ni Julia Barreto daw, having a closure is a closure. So, ibinato niya yung kay Joshua.
Meron nga yun.
Disagree siya.
I disagree sabi. Hindi
naman, pero hindi po.
Hindi po, ganito po ang pagkakaintindi ko dyan.
Hindi niya.
Kasi nabanggit niya, napanood mo, di ba? Sige, banggitin mo.
Nilinaw doon na dapat kasi pag-closure daw may usapan.
May usapan, both sides. May malinaw na usapan.
May malinaw na usapan. Kasi usapan paliwanagan para daw walang sisihan sa future kasi minsan daw kung ganon, alam ba may mga barkada ka magbibiruan iniwan mo kasi siya nang iwan ka kasi
dapat malinaw kasi
para wala daw ganon, dapat malinaw may pinag-usapan na wala na kayo talaga, yun ang closure para kay Joshua Garcia.
Correct, yun ang close para may respeto, parang may ganon yata sinabi.
Ang bastos ko naman kung hindi ko nirespeto yung taong
minahal ko. Yun ang mga linya ni Joshua Garcia, no?
Sa interview sa kanya kagabi.
Boy Abunda.
Tapos si Makoy naman,
kay Kuya Boy, no?
Inamin niya rin na niligaw niya ng konti.
Sino?
Si Miles Ocampo, pero hindi na.
Inamin nino?
Makoy De Leon.
Makoy De Leon.
Na niligaw niya ng konti. Yung kasi sabi niya,
diba si Makoy dating jowa ni di ba?
Elise Hoson.
Na ngayon si Elise nakay
Jameson Blake.
No?
Niligaw niya ng konti daw, niligaw niya. Pero hindi niya pinahaba.
Hindi niya pinursu.
Bakit kung hindi niya pinursu, bakit hindi nagpatuloy? Tapos yung relasyon Sue Ramirez naman tsaka ni Ibes Flores, parang daw magkapatid. Parang
Sue Ramirez and Ibes Flores.
Yeah, nakasama rin sa Soldier's Heart si Sue na parang mas gusto rin yung maging magkaibigan sila ni Sue para magtagal. Para hindi daw niya kayang mawala sa buhay niya si Sue. Ganun. Kasi daw kung may relasyon sila, parang pag naghiwalay na,
pwedeng mawala. No? Kasi pag friendship lang,
matagal
at hindi pwedeng mawala
mag-last
yan.
forever.
Pwedeng mag-last.
Nila.
Pwede na mag-last ang isang relasyon, no? Kung magmamahalan,
pero sabi nga niya kasi, mas maganda na muna ang ganito.
Working, para maging maganda ang working
relationship.
Yes. True ka dyan, Chicha, na masakit ang tiyan.
Bakit?
Si
Sir. Dumaan. Napakagwapo natin, boss.
Sabi ni Sir, ba't merong kalbo doon?
Ay, may babatiin lang ako, no? Ayan
ako dahil dyan, di kaya.
Si Salim.
Kaya ka na-late sa bangko, no?
Yan. Saka si Noel Casabuena, Amil, Ami at Chad. Aramil, ayan. Araw-araw din nanonood sa atin.
Kung bati na si mga kaibigan.
Wow, with showbiz.
Si Leo Yalong tsaka si Louie, magkapatid kasi si Leo, pari ko, naanak ko naman si Louie. May laro sila mamaya sa Tari Good Luck. At saka siyempre,
sa Tarihi.
Yes, kasi ongoing basketball tournament.
Wow, pagdating sa basketball talaga si Bon, no? Number 1.
Yes, alam mo naman panahon.
I love basketball.
Oo, at
and volleyball.
Kaya nga naman naging naging emotional ang mga Pilipinos na dahil sa pagkawala ni
Kobe
Bryant.
Kaya anak niya si Gianna.
Kahapon napadaan ako sa Araneta Coliseum. Andun may mga doon.
Oo. Sa gateway mo.
May sa Araneta may mga doon kandila, ganun, maraming.
Tsaka yung mga
remembrance ni Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
Bryant.
Yes, sa mga ibang malls niya, yung number niya, yung jersey number niya, 24 doon. Oo.
Ayun.
Diba si Lot din yung kasi, diba, nag-sign na siya ng contract na.
Kay Leo Dominguez, bagong manager ni Lot, no?
Natanong
so, hindi na si Romel Gonzales ang manager ni Lot, no?
Hindi na, si Leo Dominguez na, diba?
Siguro talagang kailangan niya talaga yung full-time manager siguro, no? Kasi ang ating kaibigang Romel Gonzales isang magaling na manunulat, no?
Oo.
Kaya gusto siguro ni Lot at magkaroon ng focus naman.
Yeah, full-time na manager na mag-aasikaso sa kanya.
So anong
hindi nga natanong nga sa kanya Kasi si Rojun, di ba? Rojun ay kinasal na kay
Dayan Medina na napakaganda ng bahay.
Yes,
No?
ang ganda. Ngayon, since ang kapatid ni Rojun na si David Cruz, ang boyfriend na yun, na anak ni Lotlot na si Janine.
Janine Gutierrez.
Oo, so naitanong sa kanya, na baka susunod natin magpakasal si Raver at si
Si
Janine.
Janine.
Pahay ka na ba? Siyempre, the usual tanong kay Lotlot. Sabi naman niya, sa nararamdaman niya na hindi pa raw talaga.
Hindi pa handa yung dalawa.
Hindi pa gusto mag-settle down ng kanyang panganay na anak na si Janine. Janine kasi 30 years old na pala.
Medyo na pala. No?
Natawa lang si Balot nung ang wish niya dati, wag sana makapag-asawa ng 17 years old si Janine. Kasi yun yung age ni Balot or Lotlot na kinasal siya kay Ramon Christopher, 17 years old.
17 lang si Lotlot.
Yes.
No? At hindi dumating doon ang no?
Sino?
Saan sila kinasal dati?
Hindi ko na
Si 30 years ago.
Alam mo naman si Monching kasi, di ba? Ilap-ilap niya.
Sige, go.
Yun nga, natuwa nga siya doon dahil hindi nga natupad yung, hindi nangyari. So, pero sabi niya talagang parang hindi pa inahanap o gusto ni Janine ang magpakasal na yun kasi nakafocus daw sa kanyang trabaho. Sabi nga ni Lotlot, may goal daw ang kanya anak na kung meron siyang gusto, hindi to mag-ihinto. She will not stop until she
the
gets
end.
it.
Ma-reach niya yung gusto niya.
So, yun yung nilinaw ni Lotlot sa tanong nga na baka susunod na magpakasal.
So, hindi pa sa mga fans ni Janine.
Yes.
At sa mga fans ni Janine, ni Raver. No?
Raver Cruz.
Si Chicha sabi niya, Rojun. Si Rojun kay Dayan yun. Chicha lang yun. Ayan, bigyan natin ng oras, ng panahon si Erwin Aguilon.
Okay.
Nasa line 1. Question hour ng kamera, tinapos na. Erwin?
Ms. Epta, magand lamang ng mahigit ng oras ang pagharap ni Health Secretary Francisco Duque dito naman sa pinatawag o na question hour nga ng plenaryo ng Kamara. Ito ay may kaugnayan dito naman sa kinatatakutan na novel coronavirus. Di malamang ng mga kongresista dito namang tumindig at nagtanong dito nga kay Secretary Duque kung saan ito ay pinangunahan niya nitong sina Congresswoman Helen Tan, ang chairperson ng House Committee on Health, kay hindi si Deputy Speaker Loren Legarda, si Buhay Party List Congressman Lito Atienza, si Iloilo Congressman at dating Health Secretary Janet Garin, at saka si Acting Teachers Party List Congressman Franz Castro. Sa naging pagkatanong ni Castro, tinanong nito itong si Garin, si Duque, kung ano yung pagkakaiba ng karaniwang flu dito naman sa novel coronavirus. Sabi nitong si Duque, yun daw may mga sakit na like yung mga kidney nga yung delikado dito nga sa nasabing sakit dahil ito ay magpapalala pa sa kanilang karamdaman. Sa ngayon ay nagkakaroon na lamang ng photo opportunity itong mga miyembro ng Kamara dito nga kay Secretary Duque. At ang malinaw lamang dito, sa naging pagharap ng kalihim ay wala pa pong kumpirmado na kaso ng nCoV dito sa ating bansa. Erwin Aquilon, Radyo Inquirer na binibenta. Bayan nagtatanong, mamaya nag-uusisa.
Maraming salamat, Erwin Aguilon. Ayan, tinapos na yung camera question hour, di ba? Di ba, Chicha Lap? No, kasi Chicha parang gusto magtanong kanina. Kaya lang ang tagal ng ang tanong, ang tagal ni Congresswoman Garin. Tagal niya sa sa eksena niya,
isa siyang doktor din by profession.
Ayun. Kaya naman pala may alam siya. Kaya lang talaga
dati siya health secretary. Noong panahon ni Noynoy Aquino.
Marami siyang
involved din sa controversy na Demvac.
Marami rin siyang controversy. Pero ang importante, nagtanong siya.
Oo. Pero kung
kaya lang parang
hindi ko gusto yung mga gano'n na out of delicadeza, ikaw na meron ka din kasong na-involve sa
pero sinabi niya, parang tinaas niya yung bangko niya, well equipped naman daw, di ba? Since chuchu.
Yung mga so, Demvac siya, gano'n yan, ayaw nilang aminin.
Anyway, babalik tayo mamaya. Meron pa tayong 7 minutes. Hanggang 5 lang tayo kasi meron tayong mga kausap, no?
Correct.
Gusto man namin kayong samahan nyo kami ng hanggang alas 6. pasensya pa. Bukas magkikita-kita ulit tayo dahil ang dami-dami pa po. At siyempre, isang hindi makakalimutan daw ni
Nino?
na isa sa mga kabida ng kadenang ginto na si hindi si Dimples
si Beauty
si
Gonzales.
Beauty Gonzales.
Okay.
Si Beauty Gonzales.
Si Beauty Gonzales ay
Ah.
nanalo din sa Edoc Circle.
Oo, nanalo siya ng award.
Best
Oo.
Actress,
Yes.
diba?
Mm-mm.
Si Beauty Gonzales.
Bilang si Romina, kaya character.
Oo, si Beauty talagang gumanda, no? Oo, at ayun, at maraming na-inspire na bumalik dahil kay Beauty, no?
Gumaling siya.
Oo, at ito nga bumabalik si Melissa Ricks, no? Parang babalik sa teleserye ni Arjo na yung 24/7, no?
Yes, Arjo Julia Montes.
Julia Montes, no? Ang daming cast dyan, no? At bongga, congrats Arjo, ha? Isa bidang-bida na dyan si Arjo, no?
Saka napakagaling naman ni Arjo.
Meron pa siyang pelikula sa Viva.
Sa Viva, meron din siyang sa Regal, no?
Oo, kinukuha pa rin siya ni Atty. Ferdinand Topacio.
Tatlo, kaya pa kaya ni Arjo ang kanyang, At siyempre,
Depende sa schedule niya.
plano rin ng ni Direk Arlene, no?
Nakunin siya.
Nakunin si Arjo at Taide, no?
Why not? Get you mo na.
Oo, no? Ayan, nako. Miss F and Kami, happy birthday po, Miss F. Si Arjo pala ang makakalapti ni Julia. Ano po masasabi niyo?
Tanong na yan
Okay
kahapon.
naman, no?
Oo.
Okay naman, no? Okay ako sa kanila, no?
Yes, ako rin.
Kasi
Parehong magaling.
Parehong mahusay, parehong maraming
pareho silang
alam.
simple. Pareho silang walang arte sa...
Walang arte,
Yes,
no?
oo.
At parehong bida
Bagay
kontra
naman
bida,
sila,
no?
Yes, hindi lang magbibigay ng sakit ng ulo sa production. Sure
Ayan,
tayo doon.
paki-upload pa lahat para naman meron pa tayong 5 minuto para basahin. Good afternoon mga kuya at ate. I wanna greet MFI Marketing and may promo ha. MFI Marketing and Recruitment colleges ba yan? O colleagues, no? Colleagues, no? Na pinakamamahal na si Ma'am Raquel, Ma'am Mabik, Ma'am Andrea, Ma'am Mayan, Ma'am Lodi, Ma'am Nanette, Sir Jerry, Kuya Jerby, Sir Ed, and Sir Dennis. Thanks po. Love, Jet Ibanez Ramos of Mandaluyong City. Kaano-ano mo kaya ito, Chicha? Kasi Ramos
Wala,
siya.
kapilido lang siguro.
Oo, kapilido mo, ayaw ng Ramos.
Oo, magkagaling ang mga Ramos.
Mabuti ka nga, siya nabanggit ang buong pangalan, no? Jet Ibanez Ramos. Ikaw kaya siya. Ayan, si Chicha Ramos sa Honey.
Wala na messages, Mr.
Ayan, meron pa tayo, pero meron pa tayong 4 minutes, ano? Medyo nakakuha ng ilang minuto kasi ng ng Q&A, no?
Yes,
pero kung ako dyan, mas gusto kong itanong, di ba yung sa kasagsagan na pagtulong natin dapat sa mga biktima ng pagsabog ng Taal Volcano, huminto yung mga pinapagawa yung mga daan, ang gaganda naman daan, binabakbak, sinisira.
Yun.
Diba?
So, ano naman yun sa construction?
Dapat yung pera, kasi hindi na siguro makuha yung pera nila habang wala silang napapakita ng project. Bakit hindi na lang ibigay diretso yung mga perang makukuha nila dyan sa mga kawawang biktima, kababayan?
Yan ang naalamin natin.
Yan ako naiinis. Pag binakbak mo dan, siyempre, mairita ka dahil magkukosya ng traffic.
Yung gano'n,
malikabok. Tapos, kung government employee ka, siyempre, mairita ka. Yung pag-deliver mo ng basic needs sa mga tao, mababawasan.
Correct. Diyan sa Roses Avenue, di ba, may binakbak dyan na
ganda-ganda ng daan.
Oo, dapat yung kaliwa ang gawin nila, hindi yung kanan.
Kung estudyante ka, siyempre, pag ganun ka, na traffic ka, bababa ang adrenaline mo, di mo masyado ma-absorb yung ituturo sa'yo ng mga teachers mo, di ba?
Yes. Correct. Ayan ako, pero bago tayo magpatuloy, ha?
Okay.
Wala, ito may isa pang dito, report mula kay Chona Yu. Palasyo na Malacanang nababahala na sa Nobel coronavirus. Chona? Yes, Chona?
Na ang kanilang hanay sa tumataas na kaso ng persons under investigation o ito yung bilang ng mga pasyente na pinaghihinala ang tinamaan ng novel coronavirus sa Pilipinas. Ayon kay Presidential Spokesman Salvador Panelo, inatasan na ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte si Health Secretary Francisco Duque na magsagawa ng pag-aaral at suriin kung ano ang mga magagandang pamamaraan para masiguro na hindi makapapasok sa bansa ang naturang virus. Bagamat nababahala ang Malacanang, nilinaw ni Panelo na hindi dapat na mag-alala o magpanik ang publiko dahil ginagawa naman ng DOH ang mga pamamaraan para manatiling coronavirus-free ang bansa. Pinakamabisa pa rin ayon kay Panelo ay ang pagiging maingat ang bawat isa, panatilihing malinis ang sarili at umiwas sa mga matataong lugar. Kung hindi naman anya maiiwasan na pumunta sa mga matataong lugar, tiyakin na magsuot ng mask o di kaya ay maghugas ng kamay. Shona Yu, Radyo Inquirer na Benabenta, bayang nagtatanong, mamamayang nag-uusisa.
Yan, maraming salamat, Shona Yu. Ayan, ako, kumpleto na tayo. Talagang magpapaalam na tayo ngayong Miyerkules po ngayon na Baclaran Day. Dyan sa Redemptorist Church, no?
Yes.
Di ba, Chicha Lap?
Yes.
Ayan, thank you, Chicha.
Yes, thank you sa Wow with Showbiz.
Ayan, parang namumuti ka talaga, Chicha.
Oo nga, puti-puti na noo.
Oo, ang puti ng
Siyempre, ito pa si Missy, yung Chicha Lap.
Ayan, Missy siya, ha? Ayan ni Boy Romero ng ganyan. Hi, Boy, good afternoon and thank you.
Yes, maraming po salamat sa lahat na nakinig at nanood. Siyempre, sama-sama kita ulit tayo hanggang bukas.
Ito po si Miss FERNAN GUZMAN hanggang bukas pong muli. Dito pa rin sa #1 Showbiz Radio Talk sa hapon ang
Wow, it's Showbiz!
God is good.
God is great!
All the time. Love, love, love. Ha?
Bye-bye!
Thank you.
Wow! It's Showbiz! Ang oras ay ganap na